Guys, I'm very emotional right now and I'm crying. I believe, of course, that Most High is going to make a way for me. I know it, I believe it. It's just that this is something I've never done before. I've never had to take care of myself before by myself. I've never had to do this by myself before. I've seen many, almost 95% of the women in my life have been successful at this. You know, they've had their struggles, of course, but they've been quote unquote independent of men, you know, probably their entire adult lives. Like I said, about 95% of the women in my life, not the world or your life, but mine, more women in my life have been single or divorced, solo, raising their kids on their own. Well, this is my first time. And I know I'm going to be okay, but I'm just not there yet. And until I'm actually there, I got to go through this process. I got to go through this process of feeling every moment. And I know that, you know, this is funny and worth mocking. I know. I watch lots of videos and and stuff and listen to a lot of people and women like me, who husband leave them from other women. We're the blame. You didn't do enough to keep them or whatever. So, but at the end of the day, just in case I don't make it, just in case I don't make it, I just want my kids and my grandkids to know that I was a good person who tried to liberate. And of course, everybody say that, of course. But I just want them to hear it from me. The person that y'all see today is not the person that your grandfather, your natural grandfather, and your stepfather married. This is not the woman that they married, but this is the woman that they left behind as they went on to their best lives. I just want my kids to know that I was a good person and I had a really hard childhood. And I survived and I made it out. And I went to college and I studied all the way to a PhD. And you can't do that if you just a fucked up person and evil and black and worthless because y'all black too. And I don't want my black grandsons and my one black granddaughter to think that me or them are trash. We are not trash people. We the kind of people we get up every day and we take care of ourselves. We work hard and we are good to people. We do right by people. We may be all broke down looking and we may look poor and we can't control what other people do to us. But I want my kids and my grandkids to know that I was a fighter, that I hung in there for them, for us. And I'm sorry that I did not maintain independence. And I'm sorry. Let me turn the comments off because people are so cruel. Okay, there we go. And I'm sorry that I didn't maintain the independence that we needed to survive in this world. And I'm sorry that I trusted marriage. And I'm sorry that I trusted a man to provide and take care of us. I am so sorry. I didn't know I was being stupid. Didn't know. Sometimes faith and belief can ruin your life when you don't apply it the right way. I applied my faith and belief. Of course, it's in God, but then I also put it in a marriage that blew up in my face and it blew up in all of our face, and we're suffering. I have to watch us suffer. But just know that I'm here with y'all. I'm here with y'all suffering. And I'm not gonna leave y'all to be with some rich lover or something like that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stick by my kids, stick by my grandkids, because they didn't do this. I did this to them. I did this to them by not being independent. So I want my kids to know that their independence is the most important thing. Be dependent on Most High. Depend on Most High. But do not depend on people on this earth. Do not depend on the people on this earth. They lie and they lie. And then they just run off and leave you. And don't trust the people on this earth. Trust God. Do your best. Do your best. And just know that no one's going to have anything good to say about you. No one's going to support you. Just hang in there. Just hang in there. That's all I can tell y'all. But I really did try. I did try. And I have lots of pictures and videos and stuff so y'all can remember. I was not a bad wife. I was not a bad wife. But when husbands decide that they don't want you no more, you have to believe them. You have to be prepared. And to be honest, there is no preparation because I did a lot of preparation and it's still not enough because a man just have to be generous. If he don't want you anymore, he just have to be generous. And if he's not, then there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, you can get out there and try and work and make me compensate for it. But in my case, I have 5 suicide attempts. My spirit is just a little too broken unless Most High come through. If Most High come through, then we good. But if Most High choose not to, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was weak and stupid. It ruined 3 generations. I ruined 3 generations off of 1 marriage, because I believe in marriage. I did. I did. I was dumb. I was so stupid to believe in marriage, to believe someone would love me, to believe someone would keep their word. I was so dumb. But from this state of stupidity, I will never marry again. I will never bring anyone around my kids again. Ever, ever, ever. I can't afford to. I can't afford the risk. Marriage, legal one, was the worst casino I ever walked into. Believing in God and obeying Him is one thing. And then we choose the wrong people and cause undue suffering. I'm not saying it's too late for me and my kids, because Most High may have something grand in mind. And I'm going to keep pressing toward the mark. But I also know that sometimes the consequences to our own choices can kill us. And right now, today, I'm not 100% sure where my family is headed. I don't know if we're headed to greatness or if we're headed to destruction. I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that I do still have belief. I still have some faith. And I'm not going to give up. I just don't know. But I do believe. I'm at a point where only, only God can save me. If there's some saving left in my life, only God can do it. I've run out of people. I can't save myself. I dug a hole, a big old hole called marriage, and jumped in it and just jumped in it. If I continue to live abundantly past this divorce, it'll be because Most High just wanted to be. Otherwise, I've played all the spades in my hand, the ace, the little joker, the big joker. All my spades are gone. And I don't have a partner at the table. Somehow, some way, I still may win. But if I don't, I know exactly why. We all have an appointed time to leave here. And if this divorce is the marker of my appointed time, so be it. I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to fight. But because of my belief and some faith and some hope, I'm going to keep making these videos and hope that something great comes of it. But if not, then at least we know why. And I don't have a problem being one of these women out here confessing and admitting being stupid, weak, dumb, vulnerable, unable to help herself because instead of putting all my trust in Most High, I put too much trust in marriage and came up short. And it's not so much that I feel like I have to prove myself to anyone. It's not about that. I just want my kids and grandkids to understand who I was. And I want them to know that I tried. I mean, I actually had a life plan. I actually had plans. I mean, like, it was working on. I mean, I mean, like, you can't get a PhD if you don't have a plan. Come on, guys. You can't. I just want my kids to know that I didn't just set out into this world with no plan. I didn't set out into this world clueless. I did not. I've done some good stuff, but because one person thought that I was evil and ugly and black and not worth shit, all my work just was just flushed down the toilet. Do y'all know how many hours I spent studying? Do you know how many years I spent being disciplined and trained to be a wife? I spent many, many, many years in church just to be turned out like this and dumped with no way to care for myself. After all that I invested in my own self, I let a man come and rip it all away. He stole my daughter's girlfriend and act like it's no big deal. He don't even apologize to my daughter. He don't have the decency to come to my daughter to her face and say, "Baby, I'm so sorry for stealing your girlfriend. I shouldn't have did that. I was wrong." He don't have the decency to apologize to my daughter. Forget about me. Forget about me. I was stupid. I was stupid. I let all the women just run through our life. But when you hurt my daughter, you stole her girlfriend, her only really friend. That was her only real friend. That was supposed to be her friend for the rest of her life, and you took her. And you don't even need her. You got a whole white wife. You got a whole white wife. You didn't need the sugar baby. That was our daughter's girlfriend. She was supposed to be there for her for the rest of her life. And you took her because you greedy. I'm left to fix all of this. I'm gonna, pump up my own spirit, pump up my daughter's spirit. He just left with all this mess and got him a whole new wife and living good. They probably go to expensive dinners and live in a nice house. And, she a nurse, she got money. He took my independence away and just married a woman with some money. Like I wasn't shit. So yeah, I'm gonna keep talking because I don't want my kids to end up like me. And if I'm quiet and brush under the rug and act like it didn't happen, then if they end up in shit like this, it'll be my fault because I didn't say anything. It's because I wouldn't have bothered to explain what happened. And I believe in compensating your kids. When you screw your kids up, you know you screwed your kids' life up. You know you screwed your kids' life. I know I screwed my kids' life up. I screwed it up for them. Now they are, you know, doing the best they can to recover, and I'm proud of them. But I know I fucked up. I put someone over us that never loved us, never cared about us, always was out to hurt us from day one. And I know there's a lot of men out there and women. It ain't just men. It's a lot of women out there that justify everything my husband did. He is completely justified. And how I know? Because a woman married him. A woman married him with all this baggage. And some people say, well, God is forgiving and you need to be forgiving. The reason why he's with her is because she's forgiving. Okay, y'all stick with that theory. Stick with it. Forgiveness is one thing, but you have to also fix stuff. You don't just leave a bunch of broken stuff and walk away. Well, at least I don't do that. I'm here in the trenches, wiping tears, taking people to mental hospital appointments. I'm here doing the hard work while he getting orgasms. He get orgasms, and I'm here cleaning up the mess. But in y'all mind, the mind of the world, this is fair. He's a man. He can move on. He can rape and rob us, cheat us, and just go to the next family and be patted on the back. That's the world we live in. And that's just, it is what it is. He's not the first man or the last. But I'm still going to tell my story, shed my tears, have a snotty nose, whatever. Tell my story. Because I know I was a good wife. He the one that was a virgin. Claim he had no experience, which is a lie, of course. But how you gonna claim to be so innocent and naive and don't know shit, but then, run all over me and run off like, you know, you still a virgin or some shit. And I have the right to be upset, guys. I have the right to be angry. I have the right. It's not like I didn't work in my lifetime. It's just that the work that I did was always convenient for the family. The work that I did don't yield pensions, don't yield anything past your paycheck. I had a family. I obeyed my husband. I did what my husband wanted me to do, raise extra kids. People say that's what you're supposed to do in marriage. But then as soon as things don't work out, oh, girl, you were supposed to be independent. You never supposed to depend on a man. Well, then what is marriage then? I mean, what's true? You're supposed to honor your marriage or just stay independent in the marriage? It's just, I don't know what's right. So women that are in these marriages, that are independent in these marriages, they're lying. They're lying because how can you be submissive in a marriage and be independent? How? Something don't add up. Something's not adding up. Of course, people have it figured out, I'm sure. It just wasn't my experience. I've seen people where she has her rewarding career and he has his rewarding career. And, they have kids and, everything seems great. Of course, that's possible. But In my social world, women claim to be, I obey my husband, I support my husband's the lead, he's the head, and all this kind of stuff. But then they're super independent. Their husband could leave them tomorrow and they wouldn't miss a beat. They could leave their husband, tomorrow and they're both fine. So is that how marriage is supposed to be or not? All I know is that he asked me to marry him. I said yes. I got right on in there and was handling business all the way up until he left me. That's all I know. And even when halfway through the marriage, he told me he just didn't even want me no more and had this deep void in his life and all this kind of stuff. I still hung in there. Still hung in there until he left. That's all I can tell a person. And if you want to poke holes in there and say, oh, well, you were bad because of this and he had grounds to leave you for that and all that, well, so be it. Fine. We can't go back. Even when I was defeated, I still showed up and did the work of a wife and mother. Period. Sex, cook, clean, whatever. Write dissertations, still buying properties, making sure our cars are maintained, doing the taxes. I did our taxes for the whole marriage pretty much. Yeah. You know, submissive, not independent, don't have my own money, all that. So if you can call that bad, then fine. But to me, I was a good wife, a good mother. I, I've I've known lots of women that didn't do half of what I did in that marriage. I know a lot of women that didn't do half. They didn't even bother to do half. You know. So you all can say what you want, but I know that man did not have an excuse. And Most High know he didn't have an excuse. He just wanted He just wanted a white woman. Period. And the thing is, he didn't have to divorce me to have her. He already had her. Just keep her. He had all other kind of women. What was the problem? You know. But it's none of my business. Everybody has the right to do what they want to do, whether it's right or wrong, makes sense or not. You know. That's the world we live in. But I'm okay either way. Is my point. I believe that my children and I are going to be fine. I believe Most High is going to continue to provide for us. And I also accept the fact that if He choose not to, so be it. There are consequences to our choices. And one of the consequences of staying married for 32 years to men that don't want you, don't love you, don't value you, and is not setting you up so that you can, retire as an old lady because you care for them. It's a roll of the dice if you're going to end up with that kind of man. And I married twice and didn't. I failed twice in that department. So The consequence to that is where I'm at now. I may or may not be able to provide for myself after that last alimony payment. And my husband may feel justified in doing so. While he laying up with his new woman, he may feel completely justified and happy and having orgasms over this. And that's completely fine. I put myself in this position to be mocked this way. I did this. I'm the one that said yes to be treated this way. I'm the one that said yes to staying. So, you know, I deserve to be laughed at. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm just asking, can I get paid? I don't mind being laughed at and mocked. I'm used to that. But can I get paid? I want to be paid. I need to be able to provide. I want to create generational wealth for my children. I want millions, period. I'm going for it. And the only way to do it is to stay alive. I'm going to stay alive. I'm going to do it. One way or another, my belief, my faith, my hope is going to pull me through. Just like it pulled me through that marriage, 25 years of hell, it will pull me through this too. And while I was in hell, yeah, I have fun. We went on family trips. I tried to make the best of it. I really did. I tried to make the best of it. The kids, you know, good schools and AAU and, star athletes and, you know, I did the doggone thing. But that part of my life is over. Divorce, just shit all over it like it didn't mean nothing, you know? So here we are. And some of you guys are cheering for me. Like, keep going. You're going to make it. And you're cheering for me. I know you're out there and I'm thankful for you guys that's cheering for me. And you see that I'm going to be okay. You know, you're seeing past my tears. You're seeing past my pain. You're praying for me as I'm putting my story out. But I also acknowledge that there are a lot of people out there who's like laughing, saying, that's what you get. That's what you get. You know, I know they're out there. I know my ex is laughing and laughing and laughing and all happy because he won. He won. He's rich, got all his money, got his new woman, new family, a new life, better living conditions, I'm sure, and all that. And laughing at me because he was able to get 25 years out of me and dump me. That is laughable. If a person can get away with it, I mean, why not laugh? And I know it's hard to believe, but I'm actually happy for him. I have to be. Being happy for him means that I can be happy for me. The happier he is, increases the chances of my happiness. Because if he made the right choice for his life, then it was definitely the right choice for mine. If he was my wrong choice, you know, or if I was his wrong choice, then that means he was my wrong choice. So they fixed the problem. Him running off with her, she's stealing him, however it happened. It they both worked together to do it because they were better for each other. Then that means that that freed me to have a better life. So in a way, it's inevitable for me to do better, you know? So I'm gonna stay positive. But when I feel bad, because I don't have parents to talk to, I don't have siblings, I don't have family to talk to, and I don't have any friends. Everybody followed the divorce with him. Everybody. Everybody support him, understand him, happy for him. And there's no one here for me. And that's okay. I accept that. Nothing I can do about it. But just protect myself, keep healing, and keep getting out there and meet new people. Now, that's not easy, meeting new people, fresh people. I don't even want to be connected to anyone from my past that was ever connected to him. I want a whole fresh new life. Just me, my two daughters, my eight grandkids, and the people that support their lives, the people that love them. Their husbands, their, boyfriends, girlfriends, people like that. Other than that, anyone that I'm seeing out in the background, they will never come close to my family. Because I know how stepfathers can be. Now, I didn't have that problem. I had a good enough stepfather. But based on the stepfather experience my kids just had, I will never bring anybody else around my kids. Ever, ever, ever again. Nope. You ain't gonna be accidentally touching my kids and stealing their girlfriends and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm not gonna do it. Not worth it. Forcing me to do things I don't want to do, I'm not gonna do it. Done. Tired of being cheated on, just disrespected over and over. Just done. Done. And with this ending, because it's right, I have to bounce back. I mean, I have to. I believe that I will bounce back no matter what. I choose to believe. I choose to believe. I'm going to get up every day and make it happen. Put some work behind that faith. And I do. I mean, I have been. I'm not lazy at all. You know, my bills are paid. I have, I'm um, working on things, stuff related to this channel. I'm working on things, you know, in touch with people, in conversations, and trying to make some things happen. It's a slow process, but, you know, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Well, thank you guys for allowing me to cry into your ear. I appreciate it. I don't have anyone else. And it is sad that grown people have to go to the internet to vent. As sad as it may be, I'm grateful for it. I've had 5 suicide attempts, guys. So I'm gonna come on here whenever I need to. I don't want to die. I do not want to die. I'm not gonna let divorce. He may have won. He may have won because he got money. He had a new life, a new wife, and all that. He won. I want to because I'm free, you know. The liberty is my winning. The liberty is my winning. Now I just have to recover. Recover. I remember my kids. They used to, they were star athletes. And so after games, they would be so tired. Oh my God, whipped out tired. But when we won, we won. you know, we still won, even though they were whipped up tired. You know, all they could do was eat and go to sleep, you know? So that's where I'm at. I've won too. He won, I won too. I've won too. I just don't have money like him. And I don't have what it takes to get a new partner right now. Now, are there partners out there who would take me like I am? Yeah. But I don't want to be taken like this. I don't want to enter a new situation all busted up. I don't. I don't mind going out having fun. That's different. But trying to be in a relationship when you're all busted up, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So if it takes me, another year, two, three, four, five, six, I don't care how long it's going to take for me to continue to heal, work on myself, strengthen myself, get money. Uh, it's not even about getting money up for me. It's just get some at all. I've never had to do this, you know. But Most High, I'm believing in Him. I can't rush mental health. You know what I mean? I can't rush mental health healing. I can't rush my emotional health healing. I still cry a lot. And it's hard to hold down a job when I cry all the time. It's hard. And because I was married to him and he made so much money, I couldn't get approved for disability, you know, for my mental health. And then he didn't want to give me medical insurance. In the divorce, he refused. How he gonna marry a nurse and refuse to give me medical insurance after 25 years and raising adopted kids for him? Raised the two adopted kids, gave him my independence, had 5 suicide attempts on his watch, and he refused to give me medical insurance. So, stole my daughter's girlfriend. I mean, he just did so much damage and didn't want to leave medical insurance. I don't understand. Fine, if you want to be a horrible person, at least pay it. Pay the bill. Pay the bill of being a hoish man. Pay the bill. So it's hard. It is hard. And I know there's people laughing at me saying, yeah, 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 nappy head, hoe. You should have thought about that before you lost your husband. Well, I mean, I tried to keep him. I let him have all the women he wanted. He could do whatever he wanted. And he still left. So I don't know what more I could do to keep him. I spread my legs, sex like a porn star. He could do what he want. He wouldn't listen to me anyway. So I don't know what more I could do, you know? So, and I shall recover. But if I don't, I'm okay with it. I don't want nobody coming to rescue me. I'm not gonna just settle for just some man so he could feed me and give me a roof over my head and so he can dump me out later too. I'm not gonna go through that again. Going to another man for shelter is not the answer because he can turn around and do the same thing. There's nothing to stop anybody from doing that. So either this divorce is going to catapult me into a whole new abundant life, or it's just gonna leave me by the wayside to die. There's no in between, really. And I understand that. And that's what I was trying to explain to him in 2010, 2011. The decisions you're making today is putting me in the street. And he was like, "What do you mean putting you in the street and all that?" It's like he act like he didn't understand. Well, if you leave your wife that's dependent on you, that don't have her own independence, what do you think's gonna happen to me? He didn't care. He had to run to his white woman. That white woman was the most important thing on his mind and heart. Me being homeless, hungry in the street does not matter to him. He got what he needed. I raised kids. He got all the sex he could get. He makes plenty of money now. I'm not needed. Period. And so I have to live with that. I gave someone that power over my life. I gave a man the power to decide if I live or die. That was my dumb fault. So I'm going to keep talking, making these videos, and whether I'm right or wrong, somebody might hear me and it may save their life. Hearing me may save somebody's life out there. Somebody may decide not to get married. Somebody may decide, okay, I'm stuck in this marriage and I'm not going to leave, but I heard Dr. Alicia to preach a story and I know how to pace myself in it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying, you never know how people take information and run with it. I don't know. Some women may decide, okay, I know I want to get married and have kids. And yeah, my husband's probably going to leave me for another woman. So that's why I got to keep a job. Because your husband can leave you for another woman at any time, or a man, or any, just leave you. It ain't got to be for nobody. Some men just leave because they just don't want to be there. You know what I mean? It ain't got to have nothing to do with anybody else. That can happen day one of your marriage. It can happen year 50. Always be prepared to be left, whether you're a man or a woman. Same thing with men. Always be prepared for her to leave. Women, always be prepared for him to be gone. And if you're not prepared, then you know that death is at your door. That's my situation. I don't have enough people in my life to love me, to keep me from dying from divorce. I don't have enough family and friends. I don't have enough people who are committed to me to keep me from dying from divorce. The people in my life would rather put me out and support him, help him put me out, and refuse to be helpful. And that's fine. There's nothing I can do about that either. Good thing I don't fear death. I don't fear it. At least 5 times I wanted it because I didn't see how I could avoid it. So why wait for someone to kill me? Why wait for someone to leave me dead on the street? Why? I figured, hell, just speed up the process. You don't want me, and I don't see how I can live this life without you. A life that I'm used to, accustomed to. And one step down from where we were, based on my income, was the projects. Without my husband, I was in the projects. And that's what I did. I just went on to the projects, speed up the process. He made 200 grand a year and I had to start all over in the projects level. That's just how much he hated me. Why he ran off with his white woman living in a better house. Let me live in the projects. So, but again, I can't put it on him. I have to take all the responsibility. He divorced me, so I have to take all the responsibility now. Since he divorced me, all of it's my fault. I put myself in this position with a PhD, guys. Now that's the kicker. And you say, well, you got a PhD. Go on out there and make you some money and you'll be fine. After 5 suicide attempts, it does something to your spirit. It does something to your confidence. It don't matter what degree you have or not. When someone go out of their way to destroy you, or when you let people destroy you, I gotta start taking responsibility. I gotta stop speaking, giving other people so much credit. I gotta take the responsibility myself. So be patient with me as I change my way of communicating on this channel. I allow people to destroy me. It's gonna take time to rebuild. I don't have medical insurance. I don't have a support team. I don't have parents. I don't have sisters, cousins, brothers, nobody. I don't have a best friend, no friends. So it takes time, guys, to build up. I'm not a man. I'm a woman. I'm not a man. Men know how to just, you know, hit their chest no matter what happened and go out there and make $1. I'm not like that. I haven't had to be that way. I have to learn it somehow, some way. I have to learn how to beat my chest every day, get up and get out there and make $1 no matter what happened. So I have to go from crying a lot to having really no emotions and beating my chest and get out there and make $1 every day. So a part of me is making a choice today. Most High is in his hands. Either Most High is going to allow me to thrive after this divorce. He's going to provide in abundance for me and my children for generations to come. Or he's going to allow me to die out. Because I don't know how to just beat my chest and ignore my kids and grandkids, act like they don't have feelings or not going through anything in their day to go chase $1. I don't have that kind of dog in me. That's why I was married. Thanks for listening, guys. You all be blessed. Keep me lifted up in prayer.